So RimWorld Update 1.2 Honor Bestow just got launched, and it's a massive one. So first, there's a bunch of new customization options where you can change around a ton of the game conditions. Like you can actually lower the food poison chance, which I might do, because there's a base 2% chance where you can get food poisoned off of like berries and bananas and stuff like that. Like how do you get food poisoned off a banana? You can also change like infection chance, disease frequency. I'm not saying that I will, but having the option's nice. This one's actually really cool. Damage adaptation growth rate. The storyteller makes the game more challenging over time as long as you are not taking losses, and it's completely separate from the effects of wealth and population. They also changed raid loot generation so that raiding gives a single reward like a huge stack of drugs, medicine, jade, or plasteel. Next, we got a couple updates with caravans. The first one will automatically load up caravans with enough food and medicine for the journey, and they've just made it a bit easier to do in general. They've also changed around the caravan encounter maps. If you stay there too long, enemy reinforcements will arrive and they'll attack. They got some new visual effects and sound effects, and there's 3 major new quests. Shuttle Defense, a shuttle has been damaged. They need a place to land and raiders are going to come to attack. There's also this bandit camp assault quest where you get a shuttle and it will take you to the camp, so no need to travel too far on the map for that one. And the final one is this refugee hospitality quest. A group of poor refugees arrive at the colony and they will work for you, and if you keep their mood high enough, they may join. Also, there's a chance that they will pay back later, and they're not a part of any faction, so you can capture them and recruit them that way. You can harvest them or sell them and no one's going to care. Well, I guess your colonists will care if you harvest them if they're a bunch of fruitcakes. They also buffed up royal titles, and they now got these custom permits. You can choose either the ability to call a transport shuttle, which is a one-way transport trip across the world map to do whatever you want. You will have to walk back home though. You can also call in a laborer team and laborer gang if your laborers are wounded or something, or maybe you just don't have the right ones. And you can call in a orbital strike and orbital salvo for those pesky mech clusters. Next, we got a bunch of much needed buffs in my opinion to Psycasting. They now do have a Psy focus cost, which I believe you can just regenerate with meditation. We got solar pinhole, which I believe allows you to warm the entire map for some time. Say like you're in winter and people are freezing, you can warm them up. Word of trust will lower a prisoner's resistance, and word of joy will boost somebody's mood, but it lowers their consciousness, and I think this is something you'd probably want to use on prisoners as well, just because you don't really care about prisoners' consciousness, as they're not going to be doing anything around base unless you have like a mod. Word of love can make someone really want to fall in love. I'm not sure if it's just with the caster or you can choose 2 other colonists to fall in love. Word of serenity can end a mental break, say they're in like a murderous rampage. That would be super useful. Word of inspiration can give someone a inspiration appropriate to them, so you could use this on a crafter or artist and they could potentially make legendaries. Next, we have the Psycast chunk ship. Send 5 chunks of rock or slag to scatter near their target point, and you could use these chunks as cover, or you could obviously just smelt down the slag or turn the rocks into blocks. Next, we have the Psycast far skip, and you can send things across the planet, but I'm not sure if this will work on like an allied NPC colony. You definitely could though use the transport from earlier to travel away, and then you could Psycast back home when you're done trading. Finally, we got Psycast Neuroquake, and this is going to be insanely powerful for raids. There's a safe circle, but everything outside the safe circle will be driven insane. So you can see how this would be strong. Like you raid an enemy faction and then you just Psycast Neuroquake and they're all going to go crazy and start attacking each other, I guess. It takes 3 hours to cast though, and afterwards the caster will go into a 3-day psychic coma. So if you're out raiding, you're going to need someone to carry them back home, and also it's going to inflict pain on everyone for many kilometers around, and this will cause diplomatic consequences with all factions. So while it is really strong, there's a lot of drawbacks. Next, we got some new gear, a broad shield pack, which is a bullet shield, and it can allow bullets out but not in. It will burn out though after a short time. We also got jump packs. People can leap over obstacles, but it must be recharged after a few uses. Locust armor is recon armor with a built-in jump pack. Grenadier armor is marine armor with a built-in grenade launcher, and Phoenix armor is cataphract armor with a built-in flame launcher and high heat resist. So I wonder if you could create like a room and set it on fire and then give someone this Phoenix armor, have them sit in the room with enemy raiders, and the raiders will eventually pass out due to there being too much heat, but your guy will be fine. Next, we got a bunch of new persona weapon traits, which I believe persona weapons are the ones that are bonded to people, and you can only have one person use them. Some of them can increase or lower psychic sensitivity, increase or lower mood. Kill focus gives 20% psi focus back per kill, so if your Psycaster is a killing machine, then this would be really useful for them. Kill happy will boost the mood of whoever kills someone with a weapon. Also, kill happy will boost mood on kill, and kill sorrow will lower mood on kill. And by the way, both of these stack, but apparently the effect falls off fast. Weapons can also make the user feel no pain. They can also make them move quicker, make them get hungrier quicker, which I believe that would be a negative. And by the way, weapons that have negative traits are cheaper. Neural cooling will cool off neural heat quicker. Psi meditative will boost psi focus gains from meditation. Free wielder will make the weapon not bond to anyone. A jealous weapon will be upset if the user uses another weapon. I wonder if this applies to tools as well. I'm guessing it does. And the user will get a negative 15 mood rate for 1 day. And a kill thirst will make the weapon want to kill once every 20 days. And if they don't, then they'll get a negative 4 mood rate. Next, we got a way to enhance meditation. So if you have an anima tree and you build anima stones nearby, it will enhance that meditation meditation. And that's the same with sculptures. You want to build sculptures close to each other if you're trying to enhance meditation. And if you got someone that's morbid focused and you build a bunch of graves really close to each other, then that will enhance meditation. And we also got a new type of meditation focus, flame, which is usable by pyromaniacs, and they want to focus on torches, campfires, or braziers, which you can also enhance by putting a bunch of them really close to each other. Next, there's a new light, a Gloom Light, and it's a mech building. It will spawn in with mech clusters, and it's pretty fragile, so if you bombard the mech cluster, it's probably going to get destroyed. But if you don't destroy it, you can reinstall it as a light in your base, or you can deconstruct it for valuable resources. Bandits now can set up camp near the colony, and you're going to want to wipe them out because they're probably going to have like a weather controller, a smoke spewer, or there's a lot of other devices they could possibly have that could mess with the colony. We got another buff to royalty, and when the noble gives an inspiring speech, each listener has a 5% chance of getting an inspiration, which could be pretty powerful. There's a few new incidents, and there's a new disease, abasia, which can paralyze someone. People can also get blood rot around the base, and you have to just medically treat them. You can also get someone that will join the colony with abasia, and they'll be paralyzed for some time before they can actually do anything. We got some new visual effects for Psycasts, some new sound effects, and a bunch of just random improvements and adjustments. Oh, and they buffed the plasma sword's damage, by the way, and the flame damage that it does, and the persona plasma sword does quite a bit of extra flame damage. They also nerfed the mono sword by just 2 damage, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, just a ton of small improvements, and then we got a bunch of bug fixes, and yeah, that's pretty much the patch. It's a pretty massive one, and I'm going to be doing a series starting, I guess now. I don't know what mods are updated now. I'm guessing not a lot, but I'm going to work with what I got. And yeah, with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.